Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Minister. To which member of Parliament do I give the floor? MP Sarah Westcott-Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to the support staff of Parliament and my colleagues, of course. A good afternoon to the Minister of Education, Culture, Youth and Sport and her support staff here this afternoon. Mr. Chairman, through you, I want to thank the Minister for providing insight into the state of education for the period 2020 through 2022. And while these reports are due yearly, nevertheless, what has been presented gives you a sort of a comparison and trends that you're able to look at in this context. So that prompts me to ask if within the ministry there is this comparison that we had for this period, if we even have some information going a little further back to see even the longer trend. And so sort of a historic, I think it would be interesting if those numbers are available in the same comparison mode, if we could get those as well for a few years, maybe before, maybe approximately 5 years in total, kind of. So that would be a question. And at the same time, I would ask how far are the preparations for the 2023 year report or yes, year report on the state of education, if the minister can provide that as well. And then, Mr. Chairman, I want to go into or look into the different reform measures and initiatives with respect to education that are part of the country package. And there has been a St. Martin Education Review in 2023, and I'm sure the minister would remember the discussions on this review during her time as Member of Parliament, because at that time we received the report from the TWO, so the administrators of the country package, and the ministry at the time had indicated that they had their own view on some of the things that were mentioned in this education review. So where does that stand right now, that review? And very specifically, there are approximately 10 general recommendations in the area of educational improvements in that report. And thus my question is this report and the recommendations in the report, is that any type of basis for what the ministry is doing in terms of improvements in education? And if that is so, can the minister provide, based on the recommendations in that review, just like a update? Yes, this one is being worked on, this is what we have developed, or maybe they're not necessarily the priorities of the ministry, and then if that can also be indicated. And then I think it was maybe the last slide in the presentation by the minister, and we got an overview of the cost, yes, that one exactly, the one regarding school busing transportation and the expenses associated therewith. And I know for several years, different ways of improving the school transportation system have been looked at, have been highlighted. We have received even some intentions in the past from the respective ministers on this matter. So where do we stand with the issue of school busing transportation? You know, what are the improvements and what other improvements are anticipated? And then, Mr. Chairman, I thought during notifications that I heard a colleague in Parliament to state, and if I misunderstood them, that then I'll take it for that, but that the chair lady, this is just on a note because it came back to me, and I say I cannot let it go unaddressed, that the chair lady does not represent the body Parliament. I wish to correct that and state that Chair Lady or Chairman of Parliament does represent the body Parliament. They are not. Chair Lady or Chairman is not the body Parliament. But in terms of representation, the Chairperson of Parliament represents the Parliament. If I understood it correctly, if I understood it to be what I stated, then I think that needs to be established that that is not a correct reflection of the situation in Parliament. So I just wanted to add that here because it came back to me. So, Mr. Chairman, but back to the education matter. Yeah, I look forward to hearing from the minister. Just those few comments, but especially I am interested in this, in the synchronization between the government plans and endeavors and initiatives as they relate to what is being produced as part of the country package. Because in other areas, I get a feeling sometimes that reports are produced, but in terms of the synchronization with government's actions, that could be lagging behind. So, Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Thank you, MP Westcott Williams. MP Duran, you have the floor.